Welcome everyone to another Tracks on Sundays. I'm Tracks and Max, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video, guys. We're on the Only Voids account again, as you can see, and I had some things planned out to show you guys, but Plarium decided to drop a 2x on literally everything except for Red Ancients. So we definitely have to pull, of course, with our Void Shards. Now, I didn't have that many saved up yet because it's only been 12 days or 13 days since we actually had a 2x. Plus, I pulled 2 last week, if you remember. The second one was actually a epic as well, so I'm not too sure that we're gonna actually pull a epic or, you know, legendary. But even an epic with the amount of shards that I have right now, I'm not too sure about it. But that said, we do still want some champions for our account, mainly for the Shadowkin, which we have been pushing, as you can see. Learned something this week about our one dude, Onryo Iyasu. Dude, I have to probably do some Google research how you pronounce this name, because I have no idea. My Japanese is like non-existence, like Konnichiwa, I know that, but anyway, now when I read this, I'd say that he can only do this A1 twice in a row. Grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy, occurs once per skill. So like A1 that dude, boom, dead. A1 that dude, boom, dead. Done. His turn's over. Finito, right? Wrong. Apparently, he can just A1 everyone to death. Takes an extra turn, takes an extra turn, takes an extra turn, takes an extra turn. Now, I don't know if this is a bug or not, but I could tell you it helped us immensely in Shadowkin Faction Wars, because he would just A1 bop, A1 bop, A1 bop, A1 bop. He would just kill a whole wave, and we just go on to the next wave. So that's how I basically got through Faction Wars here up to 45 stars, as you can see. So we're at 860 stars right now. We're closing up really fast. It's just a matter of a couple of champions now, I think. Like, we need at least one more in Shadowkin, because right now we're still just working with our Toragi the Frog, which is in our vault. Yeah, this guy right here, this level 6 that we just put in there to have an extra body. But if we can actually put a body that is allowed to have gear on, that's going to help us as well, of course. For the occasion, I did 60 Fanatic. Now, there's nothing really special about him. He just has some accuracy. He has a bit of speed. You know, he's basically just a body that has some cleanses and gives an attack up. And the attack up is pretty useful, even though it's only on a 5-turn cooldown right now. It's pretty useful. It basically makes so that this guy, Onryo Iyasu, can one-shot basically anything, right? So with this A1. Now, I think we get up to like stage 19, 18, 19. I'm not completely sure anymore. And there, his A1 doesn't one-shot stuff anymore, but these other two still do. So you can kind of pick your battles there, right? So usually I would A1 something that's almost dead and then just A3 or A2 them. I'm not completely sure which of these two hits the hardest yet. My guess is the A2, but I'm not, or A3, I mean, but I'm not completely sure. But this guy smacks, okay? He is very hard hitting. I only wish he was faster. If he was like 250 speed with the rest of these stats, he'd probably solo the whole faction. Like, for real. Like, this guy is pretty crazy with that A1. Just the fact that he can take extra turns with this is just so nutty. Other than that, of course, we want some orcs still. We're looking for that. We're looking for maybe something in Skinwalker. Although we kind of have our team set for us right now. I think the team can do it. I'm pretty convinced. But, you know, having something there to help us there would never harm us. What else do we have here? The dwarves, of course, we're still lacking a little bit of power there as well. So there's a lot of things. Like a Demitha there would probably seal the deal for us, I'm pretty sure. And then orcs, well, any epic in the orcs would probably help us there. So, yeah. Demon Spawn, I actually also went ahead and leveled up some gear here, got some masteries. Actually, she has her War Master now, so that's going to help us next time. That's pretty good. And what did I get on this guy? Oh, I guess I got the Bulwark to help us out there. Let me see what else I would actually want for him. He doesn't really need accuracy, right? He does not place any debuffs. Well, he places Leech. Okay. Do I want to extend that? I don't know if I want to extend that. Although, having 5% extra shot at placing that is probably worth it because it's only a 45%. Yeah, let's make that a 50% shot. 50-50 is pretty... I think that's relevant enough. Okay, there you go. So that guy's basically finished. I could get the other mastery if I wanted to. I don't know if that's really worth the energy. Maybe this, actually. This is not too bad. No, we'll see how that goes. But I took up this second paid mob, right? She does not have any masteries. I did book her, though. I'll get back to that in a second, why I did that already and not wait till CBC, which is something that I usually do, right? And I slapped some gear on her. She actually doesn't even have a banner yet, apparently, so let's take a look at that real quick. She's also defense-based. Well, defense and attack, which is kind of awkward, but yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll just do this. It's less speed, but it does boost her defense quite a bit, which seems to be lacking for some reason. So, all right. Yeah, I'm not completely sure if this is correct, but you know, we'll figure it out. There you go, some extra HP. That's really nice. Okay. So what were we looking at then? 2,666. Yeah, that's still nothing to write home about. Being a defense-based champion, right? I guess I gave her HP there. I did give her some crit rate and a little bit of crit damage. Kind of hybrid build, right? Since she has lifesteal, she does need to get some life back. Since she doesn't have War Master yet, she needs to try and keep herself alive somehow. So anyway, that one's pretty much built. We'll see where we go with it. Maybe I'll have to put masteries on her. Maybe I don't think it's worth it, you know. But speaking of demon spawn, we have a shot at getting Umbral Enchantress. Now, if you see right here, 80 of these bad boys. Yes, I went hard this week. I went through my gems, basically, to get this done right here. And get the champion training done. Now, the champion training is the reason why I use the books. Like, as you can see, I have 11,000 and some change, right? This was pretty obnoxious to get. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get this 11,000 pretty easily. Nah, it was. I had like 2 hours left, and I still needed to do like 2,500 points or something. And yeah, I just went through my gems, man. I bought mystery shards, and it was a battle. I'm actually thinking today that I might pull a little more than just void shards. I know I've been saving them up for quite a while, but I had to go through so many resources today just to be able to level stuff up. I was sitting at 1,900 gems when this whole thing started, and yeah, as you can see, I went through 1,000 gems. So I'm feeling like my gems are right now at a point where they're a little too low to be messing around, I guess you could say, right? So our gems right now are in a position where I'm not 100% comfortable with the fact that if they would drop a fusion right now, that, you know, I'm going to be able to do it or not. Because like 900 gems is usually enough to do a fusion if you have the shards for the summon events. But it can be a problem if you have the classic type of fusion where you also need potions from Potion Keep and stuff, you know, to ascend some of the epics into the legendary and blah blah blah. So like 900 for a normal fusion, or like a fragment fusion, I guess you could say, is more than enough if you're doing stage 20 dungeons. However, it can be problematic if you like I said, need the potions. So hey, this, I've never seen this before. Her axe actually seems like it was just forged. It still has like the heat coming off of it. That's pretty, I never noticed that before. Pretty cool. Dude, couldn't you give her like, just, I don't know, her first mastery or something? Here, I'm gonna do one more run real quick. That will bump her accuracy up by 10. That's an easy 10 accuracy right there. Anyway, so I'm thinking of, well, first we'll pull our shards, right? We'll see where we get with the points. We'll see if there's anything interesting for us to build. Because if there's not immediately something interesting for us to build, well, then I don't really need chickens right now, right? So then I don't really need to waste shards. But if there's anything interesting, I might want to push a little bit with the ancient shards, because there's a 5-star chicken in the rewards, which really goes a long way when you're trying to level somebody up. I've kind of had it up to here with those training sessions for now. 11,000 points in like two or 3 days was just a bit too much of the good stuff for me. So I want to calm it down a little bit. We are not leaving here until she gets a goddamn scroll, okay? What the hell, dude? But that's the plan for today. And yeah, hopefully we can get like a scroll on this gal. That's all I'm asking for. You know, give her like one mastery. Uno. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Turvold, for there you go. All right. See, now we can give her 10 accuracy here or something, right? Pretty easy points. You can actually give her some more crit rate too. Probably go that route. Go down War Master if we actually want to give her full masteries. We'll see. Usually it's not a bad idea to do, because War Master plus Lifesteal is just such a strong combination. Usually I end up doing it anyway, because, you know, you see her die once and you're like, all right, we'll do it for you. Anyway, so let's take a look real quick here. It's a champion chase event, so that means tomorrow, I believe, we get Skeletor, so that's going to add up here as well. So if I can hit 3,150 today, no, sorry, if I can hit 5,000 today, I can get this 5-star chicken, and that's more than enough for me, really. Like, I would really like to have this chicken. I would also like to have this book, since I did use quite a few to do the training event. And extra gems is going to help us. Extra soul stones, maybe. And even these fragments, we're going to be able to trade them in, right? We're going to be able to trade them in for this. Oh yeah, there's some chickens in here too, books. Yeah. And any of this is okay for us right now. Especially after that training session. I need to restock on literally everything, so. And as you can see, we already picked up 20 of these, so once this is over, we will definitely be trading them in for hopefully some extra chickens and stuff, right? But yeah, I guess maybe we can start off with this right here. Now, for us, obviously, the only thing we really want is Umbral. She will 100% be built if we pull her, like almost immediately, because she's really, really good. Not only for Factual Wars, but also for Doom Tower, Hydra, Curse City, you name it, really. She is phenomenal for a lot of places in the game, because this provoke right here is a provoke for 2 turns. There's not a lot of champions that have a provoke that lasts 2 turns. That's a very long time. If you can't kill your opposite team in 2 turns, you're probably not where you're supposed to be, and you should probably take a step down, because 2 turns is so long, dude. You have the opportunity to put poisons on them, other wicked debuffs, just straight up kill them with Unreal. Stuff like that, right? This is an amazing ability right here. She also places an unkillable on herself, but the downside is, of course, that she has this block active skills on her that she cannot remove. This is a unresistible, unblockable block active skills. So that means she's locked into her A1 for 2 turns. That's the downside of this crazy strong ability. But usually it's, not that much of a downside. Cool trick with this gal as well is if you have her in a stone skin set and you use this, the block active skills doesn't pop off. Shout out to Tyraku, I believe it was. I think I once saw it on his channel long ago. Very cool interaction there, but you can basically avoid getting the block active skills by having a stone skin set on her, right? Why is that relevant? Well, because her A2 is actually also fantastic with a AoE block buffs debuffs for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Now, the cool thing about this champion, when I pulled her on my main account the first time, she changed my account pretty drastically, but she even changed it before I was even able to book her, because if you take a good look here, this is already on a 3-turn cooldown, and this already has a 80% chance of placing the block buffs debuff. Now, I know that's not 100%, but that is still a pretty decent shot for an unbooked champion, right? Same goes for this thing. 80% chance of placing provoked unbooked. Okay, this does not get less cooldown. I thought it went down to a 4-turn cooldown, but I guess I'm wrong there. Because I can't move this. But anyway, the fact that these percentages are this high already makes her a fantastic champion, even unbooked, to have on your squad. So this doesn't really do much, but these 2 moves are really, really good. So yeah, that's the champion that we're looking for. Obviously, she's going to help us in Faction Wars, Hydra, probably Doom Tower as well. Other than that, well, 5-star chickens are always better than 4-star chickens, but we'll take any chickens right now. Maybe even if we pick up an epic twice for some reason, we could just put them in our faction guardians and give our epic champions right now a little boost in stats. We'll see. Okay. Well, here goes nothing. Let's see what we get here. It's an epic. It is. Yes, let's go, dude. Let's go. Holy cow, man. We won the game already. What is going on? This is so ridiculous. Man, I feel bad for some of my teammates, man. Like, I know a guy who's pulled every single time there was one of these things, and he was saying he has never had a purple one out of it, and he's been playing since the beginning too of this void. So, like, somewhere, I don't know, February or something. I think I've pulled like 3 or 4 of these epics out of this thing, and well, here she is. She's going right straight up to 60. That is incredible, man. I can't believe the first try already. Boom. Oh, there you go. Can we pull another one? That would be wicked. Just pull 2. Nah. But that's going to be a chicken, obviously. Too bad, because he's a pretty cool little champ too, right? I believe he places bombs when he dies. Yeah, when he dies, he places bombs on all the other champions. But all right. I mean, that's what I worked for all week. And it paid off again for some reason. That's wicked. That is so crazy, dude. That is insane. I can't believe we actually did it again. Like, we didn't even pull a legendary. We didn't really want to pull a legendary. We wanted this, right? And we got it. Wow, man. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. That's just so crazy. Oh, man. Okay. Well, we just picked up a Void Shard here from Bommel 90 on normal. I've been stuck on hard 50 for a while, so I decided to go over to normal and just try and clear that first, and then we can use the last days of the rotation to try and clear hard, or not clear hard, but at least climb a little bit. But Bommel is pretty hard, man. Now, I know there's a guy in my clan who's also doing the Void Challenge. Shout out to Void Chicken. He has actually cleared Bommel 90, I believe, on hard with his team. But he does have some pretty decent champions, so... yeah. Wish me luck, I'd say. 9 shards, it's not a lot, but it can be an epic, and there we have an epic, and that is a good one. But it is one that we already have, unfortunately. I guess having a second copy for Hydra isn't that bad either, because this ability right here helps us stay alive a lot longer and helps us do a lot more damage onto the Hydra heads as well. So that's, I guess for that reason, I probably would build a second one. Maybe we'll also just have one in our second arena team or something like that, or for siege, stuff like that, right? I mean, it's never a bad thing to have a double Ceres, so. And on the first shard, by the way, that's kind of wicked as well, right? A Bellower, we don't really need him anymore. Rares we're pretty good with, I think. So most of these will probably be chickens as well. Or put into the Faction Guardians and taking champions out of the Faction Guardians that are non-void. So we can clean those out of our account. Marquise. Cage Bond. Don't need him either. I think I've already fed one of those. In the beginning, he's a really good champion, though. Oh, here's another champion for Broadmaw Fusion. Can we get one more purple? I mean, we've already had a couple, so been pretty nice already. Now, I think this is my second veteran. Veteran is pretty sure that he's the best rare we can get out of orcs, so I'm not too mad that I pulled a second copy. At least he's not a Ripper Fist, right? So he's okay for a champion. I'd rather have him than Ripper Fist for sure. Okay, one more shard. We already got ourselves 2 great epics, so there's not much I can ask for here, but... And it's an Ifrit, so... Womp womp. Let's see what we did with our points right now. We are at a whopping 1,341. Alright, and we're back. Made some room. Hopefully that's going to be enough for us. I don't know if we can actually pull off getting this many points with this amount of shards, but I also want to try and, you know, save as many of these as I can, basically, right? So, yeah, I reckon we'll just do some 10 pops here. Try to get as many chickens as possible. We want to see purples. We want to see golds, baby. That's some purples. Great, great stuff. So that's more than 1,000 points already. Some more purples. Sentinel is a nice one. Wouldn't mind having her on the account. Alright, so that should be a little over 2,000 extra points. Let's take a look real quick. Again, we don't want to go too crazy. We're at 3K right now. We need another 2,000, a little less than 2,000. So maybe I should pull 2 of these bad boys. Puts us at a nice 30 shards. 2 epics. And go back to these. Epic, nice. Did we pick up any of the fusion champions, actually? I'm wondering. No, we did not. Bummer. Take a look real quick. So we got the book now. We're at 4,691. I guess the rest of that I'll do with mystery shards. Yeah. Went just below 100 ancients, but we'll get those back pretty quickly, I think. We're at 30 sacreds. I think that's a good place to stop for today. We have a lot of things to work on, so I'll definitely have my work set out for me, but now at least we have a bunch of chickens that we can level up to make this process a little bit more reasonable for us, right? But thank you so much for joining me again this week. If you have any questions about any of these champions, any suggestions about any of these champions, maybe something that I'm not using that I should be using according to you, leave them down in the comments. I also want to remind you guys that today is the 1st of December, so we had a goal set up for 750 subscribers. If you like the content, just click that button. It's free for you to do, and it helps us out here on the channel. So thank you so much for doing that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a nice rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.